Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the King, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are talking a little bit more about licensed character skins. This is something that we made a video on before. We spoke about what it is and potentially what we could get, but now we're going to delve a little bit more into it and take a look at all of the characters that they could possibly bring on into the game. If you guys do enjoy this, we might make a couple more videos and even use some of your ideas that you guys come up with for licensed characters in the game. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump on into this video and talk about what we could potentially see coming on in the future. Remember, we are currently live on Twitch, still pushing for partners, so if you guys are interested and you guys want to help, these are the final 2 weeks of it. I need all of your love and support. The link will be down below, and we also have a giveaway going on for the brand new DLCs that are going to be coming out, so you're more than welcome to go ahead and watch there. So with that being said, let's talk about what we could see on in the future. Now, in our last video, we spoke about a couple of these, so I'm going to get those out the way first. So let's start off with Pennywise. Now, Pennywise obviously could be a skin for the clown. Realistically speaking, if they did get this licensing for Pennywise, they wouldn't actually put him as a skin, but maybe if, you know, they can't get negotiations right, they could be like, you know what, screw it, let's just put Pennywise as a skin. It would be quite weird, him throwing bottles of gas at you, but it would be quite interesting to see having a licensed character like that come on in as only a skin. And that can even be said for characters like Jason being the Trapper, since their powers are so identical. In this instance, obviously, it's a little bit more different than the Pennywise one because Jason's power is pretty identical to what the Trapper power is. So this one could actually work, but again, if they did get someone like Jason on into the game, I'm sure they wouldn't want it as a skin, but they would want it as a completely separate entity. Now, that brings us back to what could potentially happen if they revisit chapters that they already had. In our last video, we also spoke about this, where Nancy can become Robin from Stranger Things and Steve can become Billy. This always, you know, leaves the door open for negotiations that they could have down the line with Netflix. They could bring on Hopper coming on into the game, or anybody like that. Even when the kids get old enough, they could bring them on into the game in a couple of years. That is really interesting to think about. And now, a lot of people have been a little bit confused on why they did this, and the reason why they did this, quite simply, is because it's super strategic from a business standpoint. Now they can revisit old chapters, put in anybody that they want as just a skin. You know, not too much work done with all the perks, all the maps, a new killer. It's just a skin coming on into the game. And it opens the door to even more things, such as Dirtface coming on in. This is something that we could see potentially happening. And the good thing about these licensing skins as well is that you don't need to negotiate with the same people. I'll give you an example I gave in my last video as well. When it comes down to Quentin, you know, you have to renegotiate with the Freddy licensors and all of that to fit him better. But hypothetically, loophole speaking, you could get the actor himself to be a skin in your game, and you put it as a skin as Quentin, but you just call it the actor's name. So technically, the actor, the real life person, is in your game, not Quentin Smith. And that is a big loophole that they could do when it comes to restructuring some of the models. But I don't think they would go and do that, but it's still something that could happen. Now, this brings on to the new stuff that I was thinking about throughout the days. Lara Croft coming on into the game. That would be absolutely amazing. She could be a skin for Meg, and you can swap over to her, give her some voice lines just like Ash. There's only one character like that, so how cool would that be? We can even get someone like Sydney Prescott completing the Ghostface chapter and, you know, actually having another survivor with Ghostface, or a brand new survivor, I should say. And again, you can just make it to a skin of who she closest resembles in the game. You can even go ahead and revisit the Left 4 Dead chapters. All of the characters that have their own skins, you can take that and fully implement it on into the game. You can have Coach, you can have different variations of Bill, you can have Zoe. It'll be really, really cool. Now, obviously, if you did get the skins, you would have to negotiate for them to be on console as well. And with Valve, that one's a little bit more tricky, but still something that they could potentially do towards the future. And then that leaves the door open for literally anybody. The possibilities are endless. And as we get more and more licensed chapters, we can see more and more licensed characters come on into the game. Think about the Halloween franchise. Think about Freddy. Think about anything like that. Another main character from one of the movies coming on into the game because they now have access to putting in licensed skins. Let me know what you guys want to see coming on into the game. I would love to hear that. I'm going to wrap this video up here. And if you guys did enjoy the series, we'll go over some more requested skins to come on into the game. This is very similar to the most requested licensed characters to come on into the game for killers, except now we're on the survivor side, and we still can do killers as well. So let me know what you guys want to see. As I said at the beginning, we are live on Twitch. We are still on our partner push, and we're doing a giveaway there as well. So I would highly appreciate it if you guys came on out. As always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.